welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do something fun and do the perfect palette tag. I have got numerous amounts of palettes. I am like a palette junkie, so I thought this would be a really good one for me to do because I've got so many of them and I didn't get tagged, but you know, I'm just going to do it anyway. It's probably not the spirit of tagging and tags, but whatever. I also tag you, Sahana. I would love to see you do the perfect palette tag. I love your eyeshadow looks, so it would be amazing to see what your favourites are and all that jazz. Alright, so let's go. First question is best packaging. Now, my favourite palette that I own with the best packaging would have to be, I've got so many here, would have to be, and I've heard other people say this, oh and she's dirty, the Urban Decay Oz the Great and Powerful palette. This palette is absolutely stunning. Like, she's so pretty and the mirror is ridiculously massive. The colours themselves are just absolutely divine. It's just a beautiful palette. I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful. The packaging is, I fell in love with the packaging and I had to have it. Absolutely love that. Number 2 is best colour payoff. So for best colour payoff, I took into account price as well, because to me it's kind of the best colour payoff for the price. So the best colour payoff to me would have to be Wet n Wild. Now this is, these are all like $2.99 each. I have so many of them. I really should do more tutorials on them. These have the most amazing colour payoff. I will swatch some for you. Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, look at that. Wowza! Like, they're almost like so pigmented I'm scared to use them on my eyes. Like, they're so good. They're probably a little bit powdery, but they're just, oh god, I can't get that off now. The colours are just amazing. There's a huge range of colours. The prices of them are cheap. They're just absolutely fantastic and I absolutely love them. Number 3 is most versatile. Now, of course, the Naked palettes we're going to get a mention here, and this is where I'm going to mention most versatile. To me, my Naked 1 palette is probably the most versatile palette that I own, because of the fact that, in my opinion, the Naked palette pretty much has almost any shade that you could ever want, bar, I mean, bright colours and things like that. Pretty much every shade. You've got like a steel blue, a black, like a purpley, a pinky, golds, bronzes, like light highlighters. I think this is the perfect palette, and it's just, you've even got like 2 matte blending shades. It's just perfect. Like, it's just absolutely, I think, the most perfect palette out there. So that to me is the most versatile. Next, best for travelling. Now, I love my Naked palette. It's most versatile. I would definitely take that travelling. The only reason I wouldn't take that travelling is because I am terrified of it breaking. Like, I would just die if I broke it. I would be in tears, the world would end, and my life would be over. So instead, this palette here, the ChiChi's Classics palette, would definitely be best for travelling. A, because it was only like $30, and there's like a huge range of colours in this. Also, a little bit similar. I think there are other ChiChi palettes that are closer to the Naked palette, but I mean, same kind of dealio. You've got, you know, a dark colour, you've got the dark blue, you've got greys, you've got purplies, you've got brownies, bronzies, little goldies. Like, to me that's just perfect, like just perfect. So this would definitely come travelling with me because it's got a huge range of colours and I wouldn't be afraid to break it or lose it or get it stolen or whatever. So number 5 is biggest regret. This one was easy. So my fluff. Yeah, so this one was easy. My biggest regret would definitely be the Lumi Luxe eye palette, Pixi by Petra, and this one is a number 2 Rosewood. This would be, I only paid $20 for it, so I'm not like kind of like that disappointed that I could cry. But this palette, I mean, it looks amazing, don't get me wrong. I'm a little disappointed in this palette. The only reason that I regret this palette is just because the colour payoff is just so lousy. Some are really good, most are quite, I mean, it looks like it's good, but you know, when you swatch it, the red one's great, but the rest of them really lousy. That's probably the way it's supposed to be. Like, I kind of have the feeling that it's called like the Lumi Luxe eyeshadow palette. So, and kind of like, maybe it's supposed to be. They're really ridiculously powdery, but I mean, I think it's supposed to be like that, but they're just all light and very shimmery and very light and perfect for highlighting shadows. But I mean, when are you ever gonna need that many highlighting eyeshadows? I don't know. So biggest regret, I mean, yeah, biggest regret. best colour names. Now, in my personal opinion, Sleek have the best eyeshadow names. Let's just run through a few of them. I absolutely just adore them. So in the Garden of Eden palette, which I'm wearing right now, we've got Gates of Eden, Adam's Apple, Fig, Evergreen, Fauna, Python, Forbidden, Paradise on Earth, Eve's Kiss, and then you've got the Lagoon palette. They've got names like Ariel for beginners. Like, I'm sorry, any palette with the name Ariel that's named after the Little Mermaid wins in my books. Night Sky Seashell, Black Pearl Oyster, Sand Dollar Underworld. Yeah, it's all very almost mermaid related. Vintage Romance, that was a beautiful palette. Lust in LA, Meet in Madrid, Marry Monte Carlo, Honeymoon in Hollywood, Bliss in Barcelona, Love in London, Propose in Prague. So all these kind of like really nice, like, you know, romancy kind of names. Also special, Bow, Ribbon, Gift Basket, Celebrate, Wrapped Up, Boxed, Pamper. You know, it's just, they've got like these awesome themes in their palette, and I absolutely adore these eyeshadows, and I adore the names, and I just adore how they've got really amazing themes in every individual palette. I love it. I think that's so much fun. Least used. This was really easy too. This was almost a regret buying, but it wasn't a regret buying because I guess I kind of don't regret buying it, but it's very, very close to regretting, and this is going to probably cause some controversy. I've got a hair that's just going wild. That is the Nude Tude by the Balm eyeshadow palette. This is my least used. I think I've used this maybe once or twice, and I didn't really like it so much, so I have just never touched it again. Problem with me is I have so many different eyeshadows. You can only possibly wear pretty much like one palette a day, and you can't even use all of those colours in that palette, so I've just got so much that it's starting to get a little bit beyond a joke. So this didn't really, I don't know, I didn't fall in love with it like I fell in love with the Naked palettes, so that is definitely my least used. I want to pick it up and I want to try it again, but it's my least used for now. My most used, now I know if one of them's pretty mentioned, but my most used palettes are definitely the Naked series. These are my most used palettes, definitely out of all of them. I just reach to these so often, it's just not even funny. They're just beautiful pigmentation, beautiful consistency and formula, beautiful to put on, wears so long. It's just, they're just amazing. They're absolutely my favourite. Most loved. Oh, I thought that was my most loved. Oh yeah, that falls under it too, really? My Naked again? I'm sorry, you keep winning all the titles, but this is definitely my most loved as well, like, surely if you hadn't noticed that already. Now my Desert Island palette is a palette that I haven't used, I've only ever just swatched, but this would be my Desert Island palette, simply because it has every colour under the rainbow. I just would never probably need another palette again, to be honest, if I was stuck on an island, so this would be what I would take if I'm going on an island and never coming back to civilization. That's it. That was my perfect palette tag. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good shindig stuff. You'll be seeing my face again sometime soon.